same speech not too long ago with probably most of you here at his World Conference. And I was really, at that time, I really thought, after seeing him at that conference, after what he had gone through, and the way he responded, and the energy he had already at that conference in that short time, that Joe had really kicked this, because if anybody could, I knew he could. Fortunately, we got to spend more time with him. A lot of people, when they're diagnosed with this aggressive cancer that he had, they don't live very long. At least we had more time with him, because as the days went by, a minute with Joe, as you know, could be a year in the span of somebody else, because he just had such great words of wisdom to share. Was he a great martial artist? I think the best in the history of this country. Not just in his technique, but his whole philosophical thinking, how he approached the sport, how he approached the psychology of fighting, how he went into the ring mentally prepared. Nobody was more physically prepared than him, but as strong as he looked, he was even stronger here when he stepped in the ring. And that's what put fear in most of his opponents. Not just his physical look, but the look in his eye. You guys saw it when you stepped across the ring from him. Joe Louis was not just the greatest fighter in this country, but he was the pioneer. Our sport would not be where it is today without Joe Louis. Take him out of the equation, and our martial arts is set back to who knows. To maybe we'll never get to where we are today. The whole MMA thing. The PKA, the first kickboxing championships. Without Joe Louis, there was none of that. So to say he had an impact on our sport is really saying that he didn't make the biggest impact, that I want to see who did, because he was the greatest martial artist. And the thing about it, his peers knew it. There was never one voting man. A lot of the magazines did this back not too long ago. Who's the greatest martial artist? Everybody had Joe at the top. You guys are the luckiest guys on the planet, because you got to work with him one-to-one. Not many people can say that. The thing Joe was most proud about, that we talked about, is his manual. This manual that he put together, that you guys helped him put together, that Mike Allen and his group, when he completed that manual, he gave me one. He had it in a suitcase. And we were at an event, he says, you got to see this manual I just put together. And I said, oh, thank you, Joe. And I put it in my room. I saw him a couple hours later. Did you get a chance to look at it? I'm like, well, we were at championship. There was a match going on. I'm going to look at it. And I did. And the principles that he put in there, you guys can keep the whole Joe Louis legacy alive. With that manual, he gave you the message that he wasn't able to live long enough to deliver it completely. But with you guys, with the seeds you have in you, if you stick together, you can deliver his message. And I know up there, we are here today to celebrate his living, not mourn his passing. And you can do that by honoring that legacy, by sharing that knowledge. Don't go off and think you're going to do it on your own. Stick together as a group. Build from that point out. And you will honor him, and he will look down and live in the hearts of everyone. Thank you.